Get into all that great stuff, and we're going to talk some NFL as well today. A little bit of Buck stuff, maybe a little bit of Indiana Bears. That's funny. We got some Rays news as well. Orestes Destrada will join us, talk a little Rays baseball. But we're gonna begin today, my friend, with big night at USF last night at the Yuengling Center. Penny Hardaway was in the house with his Memphis Tigers, who are they're not tournament bound this year. We'll just be honest about that. Have a lot of talent, and twin 7-footers, man. They were huge, but USF is a special type of ball club, Timmy. You know, obviously there's big time college basketball. I'm not selling you this as Duke, North Carolina. It's not what this was last night, but this was really quality basketball. This USF team is really, really good. They are talented. They've got two guys that will probably play in the league in Wes Enos and Isaiah Nelson. Really, really good players. They've got Joe Pinion is a two guard that can shoot the freaking lights out. They got big guys that can hit the lights. Isaiah Jones is a dogged, tremendous defender. They're just really, really good, and they play hard, and they play their ass off, man. It is fun to watch. They're above the rim. God, I don't know how many dunks they had last night, maybe 6 to 10 dunks. 4 of them were spectacular alley-oops. This guy, Isaiah Nelson, he's 6'10". He can stroke the three, has great inside moves, is a hell of a rebounder. I mean, everybody on this team, these guys rebound like they're going after their last supper. I mean, it's fun to watch. And, all led by Coach Brian Hodgson, who is a character, man. He is a character. And, he's going to be a star. He's going to be a star in college basketball. There's no question about it. And
maybe even higher than that.
Yeah. Yeah, he may have some NBA aspirations. He's this pretty special dude. He's got a lot of – you can see why his players play so hard for him. And we've got a couple of sound bites we're going to play today that'll kind of illustrate this. And if you're not into college basketball, I kind of get it, but allow us a moment here is, this is Tampa Bay's team. This is Tampa Bay's basketball squad. They're super entertaining. We had 6,700 last night at the Yuengling Center, which was the biggest crowd of the year, and they were loud. I mean, it sounded really, really good. Over 2,000 students showed up last night. And I know Coach Hodgson and the whole group is Rob Higgins and everybody been out working hard to get people out for this game last night. And they've got, I think, 2 or 3 more home games left that we want to pack the Yuengling Center. So it was just a really, really fun atmosphere last night on a lot of different levels. They were up by 23 in the second half. And all of a sudden you kind of look up to your left in the rafters, and we had our boys, the shirt twirlers. I think we got it. Let me see if I can put this up here, Tim. You want to do it? There they are.
Man, yeah. I remember when I could go to a sporting event and take my shirt off too.
It's funny so they were up on where I was sitting down on the floor, of course. Thank you, Clayton Heitler, for those seats. Sit down up to our left, and there was it started with about 4 or 5, and then it was within 5 minutes the whole freaking section, 2-3 sections was full, and they were up by 23. And then Memphis goes on a run, and they cut it to 12. So somebody in leadership here, I don't know how this whole
the hierarchy
works, said, guys, we got to change the mojo. Said they take the whole group and move over to the other side. And guess what happens? USF goes on a run, puts it back to 24.
That's awesome.
I'm like, what the hell just happened there?
You don't see that in the NBA.
No, I'm like, what the hell just happened there? And so, yeah, really organic stuff going on there. I mean, you got the one of my favorite parts of college is this. We have the alma mater and the band doing their thing all night long. The Spirit Band is really, really good. So at the end, the coaches and the players all line up and do the alma mater thing. And very collegiate, collegiate.
Right.
So it's just a really, really fun atmosphere last night. Really fun atmosphere last night. And I highly recommend, I don't think they have a home game for about a week or so, but we'll keep you posted. And just a really, really fun atmosphere.
Man,
of
there is
course,
nothing on this planet, JP, like collegiate sports. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't. I love pros, and
Yeah.
but man, it is a different environment, is a different feel. It is an entirely different game
when done right.
experience when it's done the correct way. And USF clearly is doing it the right way on both sides of the sports spectrum.
Yeah, we got all the stars were there last night. There's Rob Higgins working the crowd like he does, and I think he was on 50 shows yesterday, all week long, promoting the game. So he's working like a.
I even saw a video of him on site announcing a new volleyball facility.
Yeah, the new beach volleyball. Beach volleyball, yeah. They're doing that too. And the construction of the stadium, I mean, the steel girders of the student section are up. Wow. I mean, the football stadium is cooking. And, I was driving in last night, and I looked to my right, and there's the new football stadium where the old trailers used to be for football. Obviously they have the new football center, new athletic center, the MoMA Athletic Center, new stadiums. Baseball stadium is fantastic. I mean, it has come a long, long way. And, there's going to be a reckoning here soon of the have and the have-nots. Yeah. And USF is clearly right there on the edge of what some say it's going to be 60 teams. Some say 75, whatever it's going to be, but they're on the edge. And I'm here to tell you, they're doing everything they possibly can to be put in the upper echelon and deserve to be on so many levels. I mean, one of the biggest public universities in the nation, in the 11th largest television market, an on-campus stadium for football, beautiful facilities for everything. It's a major league team, and it should be included in whatever way this is going to be reconstituted. USF is going to be a player. They're an AAU university, research university. So they have all the credentials, everything they need to be there. They need to win a little bit more in the major sports, and that's where they're at right now. Obviously, football has done a great job of that. And now basketball, with Amir a couple of years ago and what Hodgson is doing is fantastic. And, of course, they have my man Greg Wolf, who is the game host for the Lightning, also the game host for USF, does a fantastic job. So saw him last night. He's doing his thing. So it feels like a big league operation. Feels like a Lightning game. They run it. It's the same company basically that runs the Lightning production. So they run it just like that, and they put on a fantastic show. So
I'm a little disappointed in Greg's attire there. I was hoping for something a little more, a little flashier.
I mean, he's got all the gear on. I
just need something flashy. I don't know.
What do you need him in a Bulls mascot head? You want him to be Rocky the
like
Bull?
Blends in with everybody else, except for that retro corduroy hat that he's wearing. Pretty cool.
Whatever he does it right. That's all
he does. I'm aware.
Yeah. All right, and the coup de grace of the entire night, obviously, was the post-game press conference, Timmy, where Coach took special timeout once again to embarrass me.
In the building, which is unbelievable. He's had the flu 11 times this year. I didn't know that was a thing, but it's happened. But no, it was special.
Thanks, Coach.
That crowd had an impact on tonight. Student section, SoFlo Rodeo, as always, is unbelievable. But they got some reinforcements tonight. Someone told me we had 2,000 students in attendance tonight. Like, that's special. That doesn't happen in a lot of places. 2,000 students. That's electric. So can't thank the crowd and the fan base enough. Let's keep growing this thing. We've got a couple more here in the building with these guys. Let's keep building on it. But really proud of our guys. I'll tell you, this one was a tricky game because you look at their overall record and you're like, okay, Memphis is all right. But at the end of the day, they came into this knowing that they were 2 games out with the first place team on their schedule twice, right? So what do you think their motivational speech was for the last couple of days, right? Hey, we got a crack at the team that's in first place twice. We're 2 games out of first place. We control our own destiny, and we knew that we were going to get Memphis's best shot. But I think these guys did a great job tonight letting them know that best shot wasn't good enough. Not tonight, not here in Tampa in the Yuengling Center. Coach Penny does a phenomenal job. I've got a great relationship with Coach.
Not tonight, not in the Yuengling Center. Love that. He's got a lot of respect for Coach Penny Hardaway, who was in the building last night. And Yeah, and Memphis jumped out to a little bit of a lead. They were hitting some threes, but you could just tell USF was they were just harder on the ball. When you're watching a game, Timmy, and it's like one team is just first of all their athletes they are yoked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, hell, I was there the first game I went to at the beginning of the season. They had not really found their stride yet. They won handily, but they had not really found their stride yet. They were still trying to learn the system and play the way Hodgson wants them to play. And this is, I guess, month and a half, 2 months later now, all the guys look bigger and stronger. I don't know what the hell happened there, but the opinion looked like he put on like 10 pounds. But they are strong, they are big, and they just remind me of an upper echelon ACC team, to be quite honest. Yeah. I mean, they are very, very – they look the part. They're big, they're fast, they're strong, they're well coached, and they get after your ass. They really, really get after your ass, and I'm here for it. I love that style of play. They get up and down the floor. They're top 5, I think, in the nation in scoring, almost 90 points a game, one of the best rebounding teams in the nation. Last night, they out-rebounded a much bigger team. They had 2 7-footers, Memphis, and they out-rebounded them 52-39. I think they had 20 offensive rebounds. They're the number 1 team in the nation in offensive rebounding. So, I mean, if you're sometimes you see really talented teams, and you could see Memphis. They had some kids on that team that can play. I mean, really, really talented.
You would expect that from a Penny Hardaway team.
Yeah, I mean, they are super talented players. They probably have 2 or 3 guys that are going to go to the league. A credible point guard that was just mesmerizing. But they just got beat down. They got tired. They got beat down, and they're just like they just didn't want any more of it after a while.
Well, I mean, their will was kind of broken early in the game because USF went up early and went up big, leading, I think, 15 at the half or something like that.
Yeah, and got it to 23 at one point, yeah.
You ended up winning by 21, but you outscored, USF outscored Memphis by 15 still in the second half. So, I mean, they were never really close. And that's got to break your will, especially, in a road game with that crowd there. It's an amazing feat, I think, for what USF is doing right now.
And here's Coach talking about their practices, which have become kind of legendary. I'll just let him have the floor here. This is pretty cool.
Right? If practice is harder than games, when you walk into a game, you're not going to be there's no shock at all, right? I mean, we compete. I mean, if you step into practice, you watch our practice, it's intense. We had some great faculty and staff from around campus in practice the other day, and I think they left with a new appreciation for what our guys do during the day. Our practice is intense, but we recruit guys that enjoy that want to work, that take pride in the grind,
take pride in the grind.
And the goal. Honestly, there is days where we monitor our guys' load, their physical load, whether it's movements and how many distance they travel and total exertions. And there's a lot of days in the fall where our practice was double what it is in a game. Right, and that's what you want to be able to see.
That's saying something. So their exertion level is twice in practice what it is in the game. I mean, that's brutal. That's brutal. But now here's the other thing. You got to recruit kids that are going to be able to handle that, and you got to know that going in. Here's the players talking about the practice. This is
day one. In the beginning of
Isaiah Nelson.
Our practices, like, coach doesn't like to ease it into anything, so it's just like it's a fast-paced thing every day. So a couple guys, we like to joke about it and be like something like, our practices are our games, and then game days are like practices.
Yeah, just the same thing. We've been going hard since day one, since June, and there hasn't been a let-up, same intensity, so we're kind of used to it, so games get easy for us.
Isaiah, it's not easy to just start playing zone defense. It takes a lot of practice. Why were you guys so effective tonight with that?
Just like we always say, just trusting one another. So it's just like if Derek comes in the huddle, and if he's telling us his zone, he's telling us what we're doing, and we trust our coaching staff that they watch film every single day. As soon as one game is over, to get on the next team, and whatever they have best for us, they know what best is for us, and we just execute it.
Isaiah, you also hit.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much in the weeds of X's and O's here, but just basically speaking, they're a man-to-man team. They pride themselves on man-to-man defense. They rarely play zone. And Hodgson looked at the tape of this Memphis team, and zone was giving them a whole lot of problem. So they went to kind of a 2-3 matchup, 1-3-1 type zone where they're trapping here and there, and it's highly active. But to be really good at zone defense, you got to play it a lot. You really do. You got to play it a lot. You got to practice a lot. And
a lot of it's instinct. A lot of it's instinct with what's happening.
And that's what he said. Isaiah Jones, who's not a great scorer, but he does everything else. 6'5", like super athletic. He's a great zone defender. And Hodgson said he called, he texted him and said, hey, we're gonna play a lot of zone tonight. So I'm gonna need you to be on your game. You're my guy. And they played it almost flawlessly. I'm watching them play zone. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know they played a lot of zone. And they don't. They just flip the switch. And that's super hard to do against, a talented team. It's not something you have to have really high IQ players to be able to do something like that. And just talented players. And they flipped the switch like it was nothing, like they do it all the time.
Yep.
That was super impressive.
Coaching matters, JP.
Yeah, it really does. And that's a well-coached team. When you can flip the switch like that, that's doing something. That means you guys are paying attention. And I don't know about you, but when Hodgson talks to me, I pay attention. Very intimidating, man. But nice, man. And this was a funny moment, actually. I think one of the reporters asked Coach Hodgson, I didn't see it, but there was kind of a verbal altercation with he and Wes Enos, his best player, on the bench. It was kind of when Memphis was making a run and Enos was on a breakaway and he went up to dunk it and he missed the dunk. Missed the dunk. And it was it's kind of a moment in the game where they were making their run and you kind of needed that bucket to kind of stem the run. So Hodgson, took him out of the game and they had some words. And so he was asked about it. And I thought this was really, really instructive on how this program is run.
He told me, yes, I can. I told him, I've never seen you dunk before. And that's what it was. Went back and forth about 6 times. And Wes is a great kid. He's an elite competitor. I love it. I love that from him. I love it. It's what makes him good. He's not disrespectful. Nothing negative happened there. I coach him hard as heck. If you haven't noticed, I coach him hard as heck, but I know that I can. He knows that I love him to death. I have his best interest in heart in everything he does, but he's just an elite competitor. And I told him to lay the ball up in that moment, right? The game's not over. We don't want to get goofy. And he's such a competitor, man. Everything he does is with elite fire. But those are the guys that I want to coach.
Yeah.
I here's what I appreciate about the way Hodgson's talking about the players right now is I can tell that he coaches his team like he talks about his team, right? Yeah, like he'll throw you under the bus for a mistake that you made and then he'll prop you right back up. And I have a feeling that's exactly how he is in practice, how he is with his players personally, one-on-one. And that's a great coaching style, man.
Well, it's the key to success. If you can't coach these guys hard, they're not going to get better.
Yeah.
And that's a huge difficulty today in sports. When I talk to coaches all the time, one of the big things they say now is you can't coach your guys hard like you used to because they just leave. Because that's what kids do. When stuff gets tough, they don't dig in for the most part. They leave. They transfer. They go. And I got some stuff. I talked to a high school coach this morning, a long time high school coach. The stuff that's going on in high school right now, there's a lot of legislation. We're going to talk about this a little bit later on the show, is bonkers, Timmy, bonkers what's going on. But back to this point, you got to find kids that want to be coached like that. And Hodgson, when he recruits guys, he has to know, like, hey, this isn't for everybody. If you're looking, for a cushy feather bed, not here. This is not the spot for you. And some guys don't want that, but the guys he's got do, clearly.
Well, and look, there's a difference between coaching guys hard in today's culture and Bobby Knighting guys, right? Like, you can coach guys hard with the utmost of respect and still be respectful to them, and then you can just break a guy's will, like which Bobby isn't, to me, isn't coaching hard. That's just breaking guys down, and that's not productive. That's counterproductive.
All right.
Clearly, Brian Hodgson has learned the art of coaching guys hard and still showing the players respect and them, showing that respect back. And that's the key to that. It's the key to making it work.
Yeah, break them down and hug them up. Coach them hard and hug them harder. And he's got it down. And just to kind of wrap this up, and we'll get to some comments on USF. It's a great product. It's a great product, and everything they're building over there at USF. Listen, when I first came here, in '97. and obviously spent a lot of my career at Florida State and covering University of Florida, two of the best, especially during those times, national championships galore, two of the best programs in all of college sports at the highest level. And I came here to USF and I was like, see how they run their program. And I was shocked. I was like, this is rinky dink. This is mini. It's not even Mickey Mouse. It's Minnie Mouse. No disrespect. It was bad. And there was no leadership at the top. It was poor leadership, not after Paul Griffin, but more than anything, just the university was not interested in being big time sports. They just weren't. Yeah. And that's fine. Listen, colleges are for academics. That's what they're supposed to be. They're not supposed to be, big professional sports training grounds. But if you're going to do it, do it. If you're going to be a Division I school with all the resources that USF has, go do it. And now they finally have leadership, and they have a new president. Hopefully, that president is in the footsteps of Rhea Law, who has kind of turned this entire thing around into what can be a sports juggernaut. And what you see now compared to what it was when I got here is a 180-degree turnaround. And Rob Higgins is not effing around. This dude is like 24/7. He will not settle for just good enough. He won't. And it's exciting. It's exciting. And the next step is you guys. You guys have got to get on board. It doesn't happen without the students, without the fans. And last night was a really good start. It was a good start, but it was still 6,700, not 10. It holds 10. And we need more. We need to be, if you guys want to be what USF can be, the students, the alumni have to step up. I think everybody's doing their part now. There were times when you could say they weren't getting what they needed from the administration. And I think that was absolutely evident. But I think that those times are gone. There are no more excuses. And that's what Rick, that's what Higgins is saying. There are no more potential is not a word we're using around here anymore. It's production. And if you don't produce, you're not going to be around. So it's a new day at USF, and this ain't the same old USF. That's for damn sure. And I'm here for it. Last night was a really, really fun experience. We have any USF comments? I thought I saw a couple. Here, Alejandro Noriega said, USF, when it comes to sports, has always been under the radar and have always seen as weak. We are great at baseball, football, basketball, and it's because everyone is going to think FSU, UF, and UM more. I get that, but, it has to that can change. JLR says, go Bulls. Aviation says, culture matters. Shocker. Yeah, it does. And, of course, Rick has to chime in. Difficult practice, ? Please. Walkthrough is the new way of doing things. Sign Todd Bowles.
I mean.
Yes. St. Pete Pat says USF style of play is really fun to watch. So fast-paced, yeah. And once they got up 23, they kind of slowed it down, which they're not very good at. That's when that's when Memphis cut it to 12.
Well, neither team shot very well last night. I mean, USF only shot 36% from the field, holding Memphis to 33. So, and Enos was only 4 for 12, but he was perfect from the line. It was
not his best game. It was
perfect
not his
from
best
the line,
game.
though. You got to credit that.
Yeah, they got a lot of points at the line. What were they? They got shot 53 throws, didn't they? Like 40-something for 50. They got a lot of points at the line. But that's
30 of 35.
Yeah, when you're taking it to the hole and you're being aggressive, like Hodgson says, is like we don't take mid-range jumpers. We either take a 3 or we're at the rim. And it's true. Like you will not see them take a mid-range jumper.
Yeah.
It's very rare. It's very, very rare. They feel like those are analytically bad shots to take. And they have a point. Either take it to the basket or shoot a 3. That middle range is not – Penny didn't want to hear that, but –
Exactly.
His whole game was – and it's not to say the NBA is a different game, right? So mid-range jumpers are just for guys that can get their shot, and those are hard to find. So definitely fun to watch. Hope you guys get out and take in some USF now. And they've got, by the way, so you're like, are they going to make it to the tournament? Well, listen, they're going to win the American Conference regular season. Unfortunately, all that does is get you a nice, bye into the conference tournament. You still got to win it. They got to win the conference tournament to get the bid. So everything's still in front of them. but also, Memphis or whomever, FAU, who they just beat in overtime. There's some decent squads, but they're the best team in the American. And I think I don't think it's really close, but it doesn't matter. Just one game, you get beat, you're out. So it would be a shame that this team did not make it to the tournament, because I think they can win a game or two. I really do. I think it's very possible for them to make it to the Sweet 16, because they can beat you in a lot of different ways. All right, we will take a break, and we'll come back on the other side and get into all this wonderful hockey stuff and USA. Great stories all over the Olympics yesterday, and I can't wait to talk about it and have fun with it. So a quick break. We'll be back, talk a little bit Olympics, brought to you by the great folks at Pitch Roofing. Had them in yesterday, and their jingles are amazing, but their work is even better. So if you're looking to get a roof repaired or get a whole new roof, or at least you can even just call them to find out how much life you have left on your roof. They'll go up there and they'll check it out and give you the straight scoop. That's the great thing about the guys at Pitch Roofing. They are bonded, they are insured, great reviews. We work with them because we know they're a great local company who's not going to screw you over. They're not going to be the cheapest, but they'll be the best, and that's why we love them. PitchRoofing.com. Give them a call, get your free estimate, and get in the running. We gave away 2 tickets yesterday to the Mark all-inclusive Lightning experience, including a behind-the-scenes look at Lightning Vision. So get a free estimate and get in the running for those 2 tickets, which we will draw in next month. So you got a good chance to win. All right, back in 3 with some Olympic talk. Stay with us. Here for Pitch Roofing, one of our new sponsors and the most reliable and honest roofers in the business. They love the Lightning, and Bolts fans, be entered to win a pair of premium Mark Club seats with every free roofing estimate from Pitch Roofing. Seats include food and beverages, early access, premium entry, and a backstage tour of Lightning Vision with yours truly. Always get 2 to 3 estimates when replacing your roof, and be sure to include Pitch as one of those roofing companies. With a free estimate from Pitch, they're not trying to hard sell you. They educate you on your roof and the process. Even if you do not choose Pitch Roofing as your roofer, they want to leave you feeling informed, knowing the different materials and manufacturers, and understanding the process and warranties. Very, very important. Pitch is an Owens Corning preferred contract, Better Business Bureau accredited, and My Safe Florida Home approved. That's very important as well. Pitch prides themselves on full transparency and customer first level of service. They also offer financing options, including 0% plans, ensuring a stress-free experience. Call my friends at Pitch Roofing, 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824, or go to pitchroofing.com.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucks on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour, as well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucks play. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream. fanstreamsports.com.
All right, guys, don't screw this up. It's Valentine's Day, and the first decision you make is go to the Gold and Diamond Source, where right now you can buy one, get one 40% off during their exclusive Valentine's promotion. Express your love with exquisite jewelry from the Gold and Diamond Source, where they have the largest selection of engagement rings. And here's where it gets really good. Starting on Friday at the Open, you can get a $1,000 gift card, and they will match it with another $1,000 gift card. Get $2,000 worth of spending power for just $1,000. Then at 6 o'clock, it goes down to $500. The $500 card match goes from 6 o'clock until close. So get in there on Friday up to 6 o'clock. It's a $1,000 gift card. They'll match it, giving you up to $2,000 in immediate spending power. Then after 6 o'clock, it's $500, and they'll match it and give you up to $1,000 in spending power. Don't miss it. It's Valentine's Day, and the only place to shop is at the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Olmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
It's a love you give only at Gold and Diamond Source.
Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience Advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show on this Friday. It's Fun Friday. We're going to have some fun here today. And yes, Simham may be singing the American national anthem again because USA beat Canada. More Canadian tears flowing. But there seems to be some controversy on that, so we'll discuss in a moment. But I want to thank the great folks at Riveters, where you can go watch all these Olympics. They're having a great time over there watching the Olympics and all the other things going on, college basketball, NBA, everything that's going on. Soon spring training over there at Riveters is going to be the place to watch all the Rays games. They got a lot of exciting things going on for Rays baseball this year. We're looking forward to that. It's always the place to go to watch any sporting event, or just if you want to have a great lunch, a great happy hour, a great dinner, a late night happy hour. It's all there at Riveters. Really fun place, indoor, outdoor, great staff. We love them. Just north of 275 there on Dale Mabry, right next to that spaceship. There you go. Hey, by the way, and we're getting into our Olympic block here. I just sent you the Danica Mason audio video. You know who she is? The drunk Aussie reporter who went on the Today Show.
I've seen this.
We got to play that, bro. It's so good. And now she is an absolute sensation.
She's a rock star.
She is a rock star. And, she's a very attractive, an attractive woman with an Australian accent.
Good day, mate.
Drunk on the air, talking sports. Yes, she has become an American sensation overnight now. That's all you need to do, folks, to get famous and rich. Get drunk on the air. Oh, wait, I've done this many, many times. Where's my money? Where's your money, Timmy? I mean, where?
Yeah, I don't ever get rewarded for being drunk on the air. It's usually quite the opposite.
Right? What are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong?
Time and place, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Probably not as hot. Yeah. Something like that.
Clearly.
Yeah, I don't know. You see the entire thing with the Australian accent, straight out words. That was fantastic. Yeah. No, I don't think
you want to see it now.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't know we're talking about it. Why hold it and tease it over these people's heads when we get into the serious Olympic stuff here in a moment?
We will go.
I believe this was on the Today Show.
Literally, the price of coffee over here is actually fine. It's more the price of coffee in the US that we are going to have to get used to. I'm not sure about the iguanas.
The iguanas?
Where are we going with that one? But anyway, the fact that we've got so many athletes who are willing to compete as well after her as well. She is just one of those athletes that you keep in their mind and you just look at them and go, what an inspiration.
No, I agree.
Yeah, she has a long road ahead of her.
I agree with you completely, Danica.
So she sounds exactly like all 4 of my Valentine's Day dates by the time I dropped them off.
They all had Australian accents by the time you got done with it. Really?
By the time I was done with him, I was saying, "Good day, mate."
Don't know how that works, but what were you watching an Australian movie marathon or something?
We were watching Quigley Down Under.
Yeah, okay. Well, that'll work. All right. Enough of this nonsense. I don't know where to start. Well, I'll start with the U.S. women yesterday. So we're watching, get home, watching, looking forward to it. And Canada, USA, heavily favored USA team that beat Canada 5-0 in the preliminary round. Allowed 2 goals, scored 33, allowed 2. It's a juggernaut of a team. Mm-hmm. Maybe the greatest Olympic team since the Dream Team, dare I say.
Oh,
I don't know if there's been a more dominant team in their sport. I'm not, comparing, the athletes. I'm just saying in terms of a dominant team in their sport in the Olympics, I don't know if there's been a more dominant team. 33-2. Anyway,
33-2 was their scoring differential, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think, they held the other team scoreless for 331 minutes, an Olympic record by far.
It was the other team that scored on them. Wasn't Canada because they got shut out.
I think it was the Swiss. So they allow a freaking shorthanded goal.
Yeah.
So Canada's up 1-0. Frankel allows it wasn't even straight. Yeah. So it allows a shorthanded goal. Great play, breakaway by Canada. So they're up 1-0, and USA is just pressuring. They cannot score. And I'm like, this would be a humongous upset. Even though Canada's won 5 golds to 2, I think, for US in Olympic hockey, something like that. But as of late, USA has dominated Canada. So they're heavy favorites. And then they pull the goalie with 2 minutes left. And Hillary Knight parks in front and just absolute beautiful redirect. I think it was off of Edwards' shot, I believe, from the point. She gets it through, and it's coming on the ice nice and low, and she just reaches between her legs and pops it right up, and it's in the back of the net, and it's bonkers. The place just explodes.
That was the first indication that I saw in this entire game, JP, that the U.S. women's hockey team had any hockey skills whatsoever.
It was a rough game. It wasn't a lot of crisp passing going on. I think both teams were frantic. We talked about this right after the game. We were texting back and forth. And again, this has nothing to do with the scoring outcome. I was saying this when Canada was up most of the game, that this might be one of the absolute worst hockey games I've ever seen in my life, with so much on the line. Nobody could clear a zone. Nobody could hold a possession. Heck, half the time, nobody could stay on their skates. You had girls falling down for no apparent reason. I think they were really nervous. I think the pressure, it's like those figure skaters. You do this stuff all your life, but that pressure is just
for sure.
I mean, because you think about it, this is what's unique about the Olympics is it's a 4-year buildup of training and passion and work, tireless work that comes down to, maybe a 2-minute performance, maybe a 30-second performance, but in this case, a 2-hour game. But every possession is in a 1-0 game in a golden moment. I mean, it just doesn't get any more pressurized than that. And the entire weight of a country of Canada and U.S. on your, I can't even imagine being able to take a freaking breath in the moment. And you're trying to complete passes, 30, 40 feet, tape to tape. It is not easy. So I understand it, but it was not. And also I think they were playing so hard. They were just playing at a frantic level.
Yeah,
so
and
it wasn't beautiful hockey.
I did make this comment to you as well. You know, after watching all of the Olympic hockey, the women's hockey games, in the lead up to the medal tournament, watching the USA and Canada on the ice, they are just so much faster than. And this is all. I guess this is obviously only true of the women's teams, but man, U.S. and Canada are so much faster on the ice than the other countries. And it's never more apparent than when you're watching them play each other.
Yeah.
Like I didn't notice it as much, when Canada played Sweden or US played Czechia, whatever they are. But when you see them together, like go watch Sweden and Germany or whatever, and then watch US and Canada, dude, it is like a different game. It is a different speed. And that was impressive. But I just needed to see a little more skill, man. It was almost embarrassing for me.
Well, that being said, you're never going to see better skill in a golden moment or a golden goal than what you got from Megan Keller.
Yeah.
That was insane in that moment.
Yep.
So they go to overtime, and the USA pretty much dominating the overtime. And you may expected this from Hillary Knight or one of the forwards, but a defenseman woman, Megan Keller, makes a move for the ages that will go down in hockey history, men's or women's Olympic history, as one of the greatest plays you will ever see.
And Renee Debian had absolutely no chance on that goal.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
She had no chance of stopping it. Like that was just. I mean, she misplayed it early because she didn't anticipate the
if you're a goalie, you want that back.
But she had no chance. Once she committed to her right, she had no chance.
Yeah. But it was a hell of a move. Unfreaking believable. Megan Keller. Do we have that, or can we even play it? We probably can't even play it.
Yeah, I was afraid to play any of that stuff.
That'll embargo your ass quickly.
Yeah, I'll go to jail.
So you've all seen it. You've all seen it. She just goes right through the legs of the defender. And there's a frozen picture of the defender on the ice holding her head. The puck's in the back. You see the puck in the back of the net. She's holding her head like this. Megan Keller's jumping up on the glass, and there's a big American flag, and everybody in the background is just going bonkers. It is absolute joy. It is the agony of defeat and the thrill of victory.
Fan of that picture, JP.
It is absolutely insane. And what a moment for USA. The celebration. There were tons of celebrities there. Not that means anything, but yeah, there's a bigger picture out there.
Yeah, that's the narrow shot. Yeah,
but it's and you felt for Canada. I mean, I felt so bad for those ladies. I mean, it was crushing. You're 2 minutes from pulling off one of the greatest upsets in the history and really becoming a team for the ages. Like you never have to pay for a Molson the rest of your life or a Tim Hortons ever.
You mean a Chardonnay somewhere?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But I mean, it's all taken away in a breath, and that's what makes the Olympics so great. That's what makes it so freaking great. It's just in that moment, and it's indelible forever. And this U.S. women's team will go down as one of the greatest teams ever. Dare I say, dreamy?
One
dreamy
star
team. Can we call them the dreamy team? There's the dream team and the dreamy team. Can't do that.
Look, it's a fine moment, but let's not blow this out.
They need a nickname. They need a nickname. Come on, bro.
Play better hockey, then we'll give you a freaking nickname.
Shut up. They play better hockey. 33. So throw in the final. What is it? 35-3 through 6 games or 8 games, whatever it was.
Those are the luckiest girls on the planet right now.
Whoa. Yeah, look at that. I mean, think of the heartbreak right there from the goalie.
Y'all, I'm just kidding. Clearly, it's a fine moment, and I went into this, saying like I was torn about who to cheer for. I went with the Canadian thing for our bet purposes, but when the goal went in, I might have put out a little muffled cheer. All right, I had no problem with Canada winning. Or with the U.S. winning. I was really baffled by the level of play. I was very put out.
All right, we heard you. Enough of that. Stop ruining a great story.
It's not.
John Hill says the long pass by USA Heisey on the OT winning goal was a great pass. It was. That family's had a nice week. Her brother plays for Iowa State, hit the big bucket to beat number 2 Houston. They've had a nice week, no doubt about it. John also mentions USA were slow in skating back on the breakaway. Shorty goal by Canada. Or they were faster. I give them credit.
Mm-hmm.
Rick
but
said,
all the storylines that were amazing.
Yeah. Rick says, thank God the USA won. I thought we would have to hear AI JP sing Canadian anthem in French. All right. So about this. So Timmy was supposed to sing the anthem today,
I'll
but
still
he's
do
claiming,
it if you want me to.
He's claiming he has a cold.
Allergies.
Never say claiming allergies.
I haven't had the flu.
Like the quality of your voice is something that's actually important in this bet. Like we weren't expecting Pavarotti, if that's what you're thinking.
I mean, everyone's heard me do it already.
I know, but it's just the more shame, the better.
That's okay. I'll do it.
So I'll make a deal with you. I'll make a deal with you. We'll wait for the hopefully USA Canada men's final on Sunday, and if Canada wins, I'll sing "Oh Canada," and I may even endeavor to do it in French.
Oh wow! I can sing about half of it in French. I don't think I can do all of it in French.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm sure you guys the Petermans would love to see that. They would love to see that. Absolutely, they would tune in for that. All right. And the other big story yesterday was Alyssa Liu. What an incredible story this is. I didn't even know this, but her father defected from China after the Tiananmen Square crackdown, murders. And of course, the CCP, the communist regime, does not like anyone or anything defecting from China and doing anything on a world stage. And so they embarked on what was a very dangerous and sophisticated spying and intimidation program on the Liu family when it became clear that she was going to be the lead skater for the United States in Beijing in 2022. The Chinese Communist government did everything they could to disrupt her training, spy on them. I mean, the stories are horrific. And
it's like a spy novel.
It really is.
It's
and
crazy.
It's everything about what the Chinese government is about. All about propaganda, all about, just trying to fool the people of China thinking that, anyone who defected is an enemy of the state. We won't get into all the politics of it, but I think you can figure it out. And this pressure became too much for her. So at the tender age of 16, 17, she said, I'm done. I'm not going to skate anymore. And she was among the world's elite. She was going to be an Olympic champion. And she said, no, I'm done. I'm just going to go to college. And so she did until she got the bug again and said, you know what, I think I want to do this again. And, she went through a lot of therapy, a mental therapy, and she came back with a very clear conscience and understanding that to her, just competing was the medal. As long as I just get out here and have fun and do what I can do and love what I do, it doesn't matter if I win gold or I finish last. I don't care. I care, but it's not life and death like it used to be to me. And when you're young and you're growing up with all this pressure and, you have an entire foreign government trying to intimidate you, you're a 14-year-old girl, I can imagine things get a little messed up in your head. Mm-hmm. So with that as a backdrop, to see her come back and skate, I got to tell you, Timmy, and you guys are going to call me weird, but as I was watching, I was getting tears in my eyes. I really was. And I watched the NBC does this incredible mashup of all these events on YouTube. Yeah. Like they do, it was like an 8-minute video on the USA hockey team. There's about a 6-minute video on Alyssa's gold medal skate last night where they set it up perfectly and it's all taken from the actual performance. And the clips are taken and edited just superbly. I highly recommend you go watch it. And it's on YouTube. You can find. I'll retweet them on socials today. And it just brings these moments, all family moments, the hard work, the pressure, and all of it. And skating, I think the Gannon, Lipinski, and Johnny Weir did a great job of painting that picture of the pressure. And you were watching, all through these Olympics, these girls just succumb to the pressure and just not be able to compete at that level when it's needed. And I can't even imagine the pressure. It's immense. and she just skated like it was nothing. Like she was on a pond in the back of her yard, and she just crushed it. I mean, crushed it. If you've never watched figure skating before, go watch it. Just go watch it. And if you're not moved by this, knowing the backstory, you're an AI robot, and good luck to you the rest of your life. It's just, to me, it is the essence of what competition, Olympic competition, what the human experience is about, to become the best in the world at doing an endeavor, because you're putting 10,000 hours into everything. And in that moment, to absolutely freaking nail every movement, it is the highest of what humans, to me, can accomplish from an emotional, mental, physical standpoint. It was amazing to watch. And this is why, to me, this is why we watch sports. This is why we watch sports. And I just can't get enough of it. And then you throw in the patriotic part of it, which is, another, especially these days, it's a whole nother level of it. And I think for me, these Winter Olympics have just been absolutely amazing on so many levels. And, and I hate to tarnish it at all, but I think it's worth saying because of what Alyssa has gone through. And her politics are not the same as mine, and I don't care about that. And you shouldn't care about it. But she is, she's very proud of what she and her family have been able to do. And I think that's important. Now, then there's Eileen Gu, who grew up an American, the freestyle skier, who essentially defected and went to China because they paid her millions and millions and millions of dollars in endorsements to compete for China. And if you understand what's going on in China, and clearly she must, and they're using her as a propaganda tool to hide all of the human rights atrocities that this communist regime endeavors into, and you want to promote that and be part of it, and you did all your training and grew up in America, shame on you. That's just my personal opinion, but shame on you to be used as a pawn by that regime. Not that not that the United States is without reproach, but yeah, it just, to me, there's a obvious dichotomy there that I think needs to be pointed out. I'm not trying to blow out Eileen Gu's candle so that Alyssa Liu shines brighter. Not trying to do that, but I think if you don't acknowledge the obvious here, I think you're doing a disservice to both the stories. And it's just my opinion. But I think it also really shows what Alyssa Liu has been through and what she conquered. And to me, that was a golden moment. Those two things yesterday were pretty damn good. And there's been there was a lot made of the United States women's soccer team when they won or didn't win and chose to take a knee, all dressed in United States garb. I will defend your right to protest absolutely all the time, but I don't have to like it, and especially in a time and a place where you're representing your country in a uniform. It's great that you're allowed to protest in this country, because most places you get home, they'll shoot you. So that's cool. I'm glad we don't do that like they do in China and other places. But still, I think it's a bad look. Quinn Hughes, who scored the game-winning goal in overtime the other day, was interviewed after that. And we have that interview, and I think it was pretty cool. Let's hear from him. USA Hockey.
You want me to play it? Okay, yeah.
Actually, I'll do it.
Hell of a game out there. You took down the game winner. I mean, what did that feel like?
Yeah, just a relief. Just really enjoying being here with this group and the guys, and trying to extend it as long as I can.
Right on. And then USA flags all over the place. You could hear the chants. Yeah. What's that atmosphere like?
Yeah, it's special. I mean, I love the U.S. and it's the greatest country in the world. So happy to represent it here with these guys, and it's really special.
Nice. Last one. What are you taking from tonight into Slovakia?
I don't know. I think you just want to move on and be ready to go, and get your feet up the next 24 hours and then be ready to go.
Right on, man. Thank you.
Can you tell us
right on, man.
The final play?
Who was that interviewing him?
I don't know. Hunter S. Thompson? I don't know.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Right on, man.
Right on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a cool moment. And there's a viral video of the United States women's hockey team as the United States anthem played. I get choked up. Look at me. And they're all singing it. They're all arm in arm and singing it, as opposed to what the U.S. women's soccer team did. So, and here's another thing I want to say about hockey culture. And I know a lot of people will take this the wrong way, and it's just what people do. I love hockey culture. And I tweeted this out last night. And I don't know about you, Timmy. You've covered all the sports. For me, hockey players are my favorite. No disrespect to the other sports. And there's a lot of great guys throughout all the sports. And I'm generalizing here in a very big way. But just the culture of hockey, the players and the people that it produces, really, I think is exemplary. And I'm not just dissing on everybody else, but I want to point out that I just think it's different. I want to kind of read exactly what I wrote here because I got some shit for it, but a lot of people loved it. I said, I will say it again. Hockey players have always been my favorite to work with. They get it. Hockey culture is different, hardworking, team-centric, humble, passionate, blue-collar, sacrificial, and grateful. Attributes that are rarely championed anymore in sports. And I think that's true. I really do. I grew up when that was kind of all those attributes were championed across sports, and it made sports great. And there's been a shift towards the individual, which I don't like. And I don't think it's the best of what sports can offer. And I think when we see these teams come together, especially in a short time, under a flag together where you're not playing for money, you're playing for country and sport. It reminds me of what used to be. And I think hockey culture, women's, men's, they just get it. And you can hear it from Quinn Hughes. You can see it in the women's players and just the meeting the families along the way. It's different. And I like it.
You play for the name on the front of your jersey, not for the name on the back of your jersey.
Mm-hmm. And again, I'm not disparaging any other leagues or anybody else. I just think that, to me, that's my favorite. That's my favorite in terms of the sports culture. Do with that what you will.
I agree 100%.
Lonnie Wilkins says, I agree with you, JP. America isn't perfect, but the Olympics are such a great positive for our nation when we have our troubles. In the meantime, cheer on the USA, crank up Freebird. How has Freebird now become the anthem?
I don't know, but I'm here for it.
It started with the Budweiser commercial.
Yeah.
With the Eagle and the Clydesdale. And it's now become kind of everybody's putting their hockey memes to Freebird. And I'm definitely here for that. That is freaking fantastic. Lonnie says the Olympics is a great representation of the dream, not just in America, but around the globe, because we're all a lot more the same than we are different. It's not racist to cheer for our country. I know, right? It's not. It's not. And it's not racist to want to promote American culture. When did that become a bad thing? And again, we are not perfect. We are far from it. But our system is proven to be the best, in my opinion. And I've learned so much more about our government than I care to learn in the past 5 years. And it is far from, but, I will say that, the people that are driving this that's not American culture.
Right.
As we grew up in the 60s, 70s and 80s and 90s, when it's just not. And I'm not gonna be intimidated into being silent about it. If you want to promote good old fashioned American culture, then I think you should be able to do that without being called a freaking racist. Yes, we had, we went through our racist past, and so is every other country in this world. That is part of the human condition, and it was reprehensible on so many levels, but we fixed it. Not perfect, but better here than any place else in the world. I can tell you that, in my opinion.
Yep.
Rick says, LeBron James can't believe Lou's story. He wished he could play for the CCP.
Kind of right there with you.
There's part of that. Rick also says Tim went to Outback Steakhouse. Nice upgrade from Applebee's.
Man, I can't afford Outback. I wish.
Yeah. I know even Outback has gotten crazy, hasn't it? What else we got here? No, we already played that one. Rick says you never want to have trouble with your Enos. I so knew he was going there.
My Enos went 4 for 12 the other night too.
All right. Michael LaRue says Alyssa Liu retired from figure skating for over 2 years. She didn't train, skate, or diet, and she enrolled in college full time. To come back and compete at a high level and win a gold medal, that's amazing. It is. It absolutely is. 100%.
You can take the sport out of the athlete, but you can't take the competition out of the athlete, man.
Yeah.
That competitive spirit for some people just never goes away.
Tim Witherspoon says, congrats on USA women's gold medals. Can't wait to hear the national anthem. All right. You'll have to wait till Monday. Oh, by the way, sorry. No show on Monday, Tim. We have, we're working media day at Valspar. So we will come home with an interview with Rondé Barber for Tuesday, but there will be no show on Monday.
All right.
Which is maybe we'll do a little something. I just can't do it in the morning. But maybe we'll do something because there's going to be a break, USA, Canada. We're going to have to get to some of that. So maybe we'll do something in the afternoon.
We can talk about it, eh?
Can you talk about it, eh? All right. So stay tuned.
Yeah,
all right. We're going to take a break and we're going to come back on the other side and talk about the Indiana Bears.
The Evansville Bears.
Why is this happening? Well,
Chicago
politics.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting, and it definitely has something applicable to what's going on here with the Rays.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that. We'll connect all of it for you. We're brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. It's always a great time to mess up where you screwed up on Valentine's Day. So now you can go back to the Gold and Diamond Source. Or if you got those gift cards, if you bought the one and you gave one to your wife and one to your girlfriend, make sure the other one doesn't find out and they don't go shopping at the same time. Or, go spend that money. Go spend that money. You got the gift cards and go have fun doing it. And by the way, if you got any old gold, go into that jewelry box, go get that Guido chain and that Italian horn from high school. Bring it on over to the Gold and Diamond Source because what they're paying for gold now, you might be able to buy a new house. Gather it all up, all the broken earrings, whatever it is, all the broken hearts. Take it down to the Gold and Diamond Source, and they will pay you cash for your broken jewelry and broken heart. That's good money, right? That's good stuff. You know where to find them, 3800 Overton Road, always online at goldanddiamond.com. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite. I love it. So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Sunny days or stormy nights, roofing problems out of sight. In Florida we stand so tall, pitch roofing, we do it all. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. When the hurricanes roll in, we've got the top that's gonna win. Protect your house from wind and rain. Choose pitch roofing, never in vain. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. Call us now for peace of mind. Top service you'll ever find. Pitch roofing won't let you fall. We're the best, just make that call. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here on this Olympic Friday before the closing ceremonies, and we got a lot of action left. We got men's hockey today. We'll talk about that in just a second as well. I want to say a big thanks to the great folks at Genesis of Tampa as they continue to give away things. They gave away their diamond ring to a lovely lady yesterday. I saw the video, retweeted it. She's a few months pregnant, and she got a diamond ring, and she was very happy about it. Yeah, she had a little bump going on. Well, it wasn't little. But a beautiful.
You ask her, do we know, or are you calling her out for being fat, or do we know she was pregnant?
Lord, I hope she was pregnant. You never want to say that until you really know. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, she got you screwed up my live ring. She got a beautiful diamond ring just for taking a test drive at Genesis of Tampa. There's always something going on over there. They're always giving stuff away. Mardi Gras T-shirts. You missed out on those. Those were the last 3 days. But that'll give you something, I guarantee you, going over to Genesis Tampa. You know what they'll give you? They'll give you a ride in an amazing car, whether it's the Sport Coupes, the four-door sedan, or the SUVs. Genesis makes one hell of a vehicle, and they're doing great deals right now. So get on over there. Bring your trade as well, and have some fun. Riding the car. No purchase necessary. To have fun at Genesis of Tampa. Great folks over there. Tell them JP sent you.
Definitely.
Right, just to wrap up Olympics, because it ain't over, bro. It ain't over.
Nope.
We got USA Slovakia, who beat Germany 6-2. Slovakia is no joke.
Nope.
Now, so that will be at 3:10, and Canada and Finland is underway, I believe. So they started at 10:40 Eastern time, and I'm not sure if Sidney Crosby is skating today. Not sure, but we can check on that. There's neither one of these are gimme games, not even close. So they've got to get through this to get to the gold medal match, which will be on Sunday.
Finland is up 1-0 on Canada right now.
Finland's up 1-0.
Yes.
Wow. Once again, Canada trailing.
Playing from behind.
Yeah. Not always a good idea in hockey.
No.
So anyway, that's coming up today in hockey, and more good stuff coming there. John Hill says the Indiana Bears will have a 4,000-yard passer.
Why are they getting a new quarterback? Because they don't
Did Caleb
have
not throw for 4,000 last year?
I don't think
All
so.
the stuff he didn't throw for 4K.
Did he throw for 1,000 last year?
Come on, dog. No, I guess he did not. Give me the number. Was he close?
Last year, he threw for 3,942 yards.
Nobody figured out that we needed to get
58 more yards.
58 more yards to get that monkey off our back. All right. Anyway, so the Bears might be moving to Indiana. Interesting story here I was reading this morning. Basically what this is the Bears have committed $2 billion to building a new stadium. And about 3 years ago, they bought a huge plot of land up in Arlington, which was an old racetrack in northern Chicago, up in the burbs, so to speak, right? And they were going to build a huge mixed-use project there with a dome stadium and commit $2 billion to that. Well, they needed a lot of, like the Rays are going to be seeking here, the creations of special taxing districts, TIF money, all these different things to help finance the stadium and get some tax breaks as well. Well, the Illinois legislatures and Illinois government would basically said, go F yourself. You're not getting any tax breaks. We'll give you some money, but no, we're not bending over backwards for you guys. But we really want you here. So it's a typical type of Chicago Democrat mentality where they're the big dog and you'll take what we give you. And I think the Bears just kind of got a little sick of it and said, look, we're going to put in $2 billion. We've purchased this property. We're asking for a little public-private partnership here. And the mayor, who is a complete moron in Chicago, Byron Johnson, I mean, he's got about a 6% approval rating, I think I read this morning. And he said, what's his name? Kevin Warren, who's the president of the Bears, former Big Ten commission. Yeah, he called me. We couldn't connect. I'm like,
what?
What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? This is with the hottest issue in Chicago. It carries a little bit of weight, and your phone's ringing. It's the president of the Bears, and you're like, yeah, I'll get him back.
I'm going to finish my donut first, and then I'll try to get him back.
Like, what are you doing? So the next thing I know, Hammond, Indiana, which is right across the border, and I guess you can see the Chicago skyline from there.
Yeah,
said, we got a spot for you. And there's a lot of misinformation out there that Indiana's giving them billions and billions of dollars. No, they're not. They're taking what is basically an area that's not doing anything and not throwing off any revenue at all, and said, here, have the land. We'll give you the tax breaks, and you come in, invest your $2 billion. we'll help you with infrastructure and all these things because we want the Bears to be in Indiana. And they're like, okay, that's what we're looking for. That's just a little bit of want to. And so they struck the deal. 24-0 was the vote of the Indiana legislature to get it done. And I'm dumbing this down a little bit, simplistically. But yeah, so that's not, what is it, 37 miles from Soldier Field or down?
Yeah. 30 miles, 37-minute drive.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. So not depending on traffic, right?
It takes me longer to get to Arlington Stadium from here, to Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah. So again, they're not leaving Chicago, the Chicagoland area, but it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment for local city politics and everything else. I mean,
to leave the state of Illinois, like, to me, that's as big of a deal as leaving.
The New York team's playing New Jersey.
And that's a big deal.
It's
been a sore spot for New Yorkers since the 70s when it happened.
Yeah, I agree. But, in the grand scheme of things, but how it applies to this, and people will spend it the way they want to spend it. But for me, it's like, once again, it's got to be a fair deal for everybody. And I think the Chicago Bears, I don't think they're asking for the moon. They're putting in $2 billion of their own money to build the stadium. And they spent $1.5 billion, I think, to purchase the Arlington site and all that other.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like they're trying to, rip off the public here, but they're looking for a public-private partnership. And, either the Chicago government, Illinois government is too corrupt or too stupid to figure this out. And again, the devil is always in the details. But, and I would caution the people of Tampa and the commissioners and the city council, and we're not here to rubber stamp any boondoggle that might, but we know that this race ownership group is not asking for a boondoggle like Stu Sternberg was. I don't know if he asked for it, but he got it anyway from Mayor Welch. That's not what this is in Tampa. This is not a highly desired piece of property like the Trop site that developers are licking their chops to get at because it's worth $1 billion plus. It's not. It's Drew Park, and for 20 years it's been a CRA, and nobody's ever wanted to develop on it. But if you put a baseball stadium there and you bring an asset like a baseball team, a $2 billion asset that other cities are lining up to get, that pay $2.5 billion for an expansion team, and we have here. Well, yeah, if you're a smart municipality, and you have a group that wants to put $8 to $10 billion worth of investment into your city and create jobs, long-standing jobs, and $34 billion of economic impact over the next 30 years, and all you got to do is put in $1 billion of money that's mostly going to come from tourists. Well, if you want to grandstand against that, be my guest, but I think you're going to look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what municipality would not sign up for that deal. Yes, there's going to be tax money used for it, but you're going to get billions back in return, just like you did on Water Street.
Go ask East Rutherford, New Jersey, how that's worked out for them.
Pretty good.
And they're 2 stadiums in now.
Right. And what was that land doing?
Nothing. That land was nothing. That town was nothing.
Yeah. It was lyrics for a Springsteen song.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Sinatra didn't even like East Rutherford, and he's from New Jersey.
The greatest rock and roll songs of all time, Rosalita.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead, Chicago. F this up. Like you effed up everything else. What's Ashley saying this morning? Or who is that? That's not Ashley. Somebody else on X. Horses for Courses says 47 miles to the airport. To which airport? O'Hare or Midway? ORD, that's O'Hare.
That's O'Hare.
Yeah. But again, no, I think very similar to what's going on in New Jersey. It's just across the river. Like you can see New York from there. Lonnie Wilkins says Chicago, who lives in Chicago, by the way, blew its money housing illegal immigrants, and our mayor is a clown. Yeah, he is not well regarded.
Has there been a mayor in Chicago in the last 150 years that hasn't been a clown?
I do not think so. Arlington Park, yeah, that's where it was. Lottie says Northwest Indiana just may be the absolute worst parts of the Chicagoland area.
How far is that from Gary, Indiana? We know that's a thriving metropolis.
Oh, Lord.
It's right down the road from Gary. It's close to Gary. It's probably closer to Gary than it is to Chicago.
Right.
Why don't you just build it in Gary?
One other Olympic thing before we leave that, the curling, Timmy.
Yep.
One of my namesakes, Teresa Peterson, I believe it was.
Oh, it's Tabitha. Is it Teresa?
Tabitha. Yeah. My young cousin, niece, had a shot for the ages. Are we going to show this?
She kind of looks like you too, by the way.
She does a little bit.
And for those of you that make fun of curling and don't understand curling, this shot that Tabitha Peterson made is probably the equivalent, if not harder, than the game-winning women's USA hockey goal yesterday.
Oh, stop.
Like, this is an incredibly. I'm not making fun of it.
Why are you so down on women's hockey today? One of your dates was a female hockey player.
The Peterson
dissed you.
This is a hard
final
shot
stone.
right here.
Ooh, look at that. See that little twist at the end?
Crowd
call that the Peterson.
Line's really good.
You don't.
Line's good.
It's called the draw, but okay.
Where are you guys? Line's getting tight.
I love the chatter. Sweep!
Look how it turn. And see, that's part of the sweeping. That's why they sweep right there.
Get the dustpan.
It's making it turn. Look at that.
Oh, look at this. Almost a bullseye. Here comes the other team. Will it sit?
And all you have to do is get it closer than the other two is all she was trying to do.
It is.
It is, yes.
You took 2 points away.
A winner.
That was a 3-point turn.
Semifinals for just the second time in their Olympic history.
How about that?
I don't think anyone understands unless you follow curling how hard of a shot that was and what.
So when she put the spin on it, it kind of like a draw.
So when they spin it, that's what when they release it, you'll see them spin it at certain speeds.
Right.
That helps dictate the draw, and then when they sweep on that side of as it's spinning.
Right.
So the ice in curling is not smooth like hockey.
Right.
It's pebbled. It's pitted. Right. So as you're sweeping it, you're reducing the friction on that side of the stone, so it spins more that direction.
You can steer it.
You're right. So the spin and the sweeping steers the stone where you want it to go. But that was an incredible amount of draw on that thing, and she stopped it inside of the other two stones in the house, closer to the center of the house, and that's that they took 2 points away and added a point, so it was a 3-point turn.
Wow! So
that's a big deal.
If you could make an analogy to another sport, what would it be? Like bottom of the ninth, down 3, grand slam the other way?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, pretty much. When your batter at the plate's 0 for 4 on the night with 4 strikeouts.
Oh, she not having a good day,
No.
Tabitha?
No.
Wow.
Tabitha's not the best player on that team.
Don't you just besmirch my family life?
She does have the hottest name, though. Tabitha's an extremely hot female name. I'm just going to say it.
And Peterson's not?
I've never known a hot Peterson. I'm sorry, JP.
It's true. It's true. Not gonna lie. Oh, my daughter's beautiful. Hold on.
I'm not talking about your daughter. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Not going there. I've never seen her. I don't know.
She's beautiful.
I'll just take your word for
Absolutely beautiful.
It's probably too old for me anyway.
Aviation said, I didn't know the other team could come in and start sweeping.
Yeah. So they can also sweep once it gets behind that headline before the kitchen.
Right.
So when, like what the Swiss player was trying to do was to smooth out the ice so that it went farther. So once it gets to a certain point on the ice, the other team can come in and try to steer it the other way. So it would have gone farther and it would have left the ice or left the kitchen.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. Yeah. All right. Okay, I want to get to let's go ahead and take a break. I'm going to come back on the other side, and we're going to talk some high school sports. And high school sports in Florida is it's almost like college right now. It is going through some crazy stuff. So I want to get to that. And remind you that we are brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Make sure that you have your business insurance. If you do not, you can get sued and lose all your personal wealth. That's right. So don't do that. And also, you need flood insurance. If you don't have flood insurance, even though your mortgage may not demand you have flood insurance, you still need it. So make sure you call Italiano Insurance, and they will price that out for you as well. You do not want to get caught without the flood insurance. Many people did, and not cool. And any other insurance you have, you just get it shopped around. They'll do the dozens of companies and pit one against the other and get you a better deal, save you thousands of dollars. Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Back at 3. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucks on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to FanstreamSports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. FanStreamSports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, FanStreamSports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond, from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Alberton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source.
It's some love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park. So free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucks and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey folks, Rays baseball and the summer heat will be here before you know it. So don't let your AC unit strike out and cost you hundreds or thousands for an emergency repair. Get a 1-year maintenance plan from Third Generation Plumbing and AC for just $169. Though will come out twice a year and service your unit. Clean the drain line, make sure it's running to peak efficiency. If you need an emergency repair, it's going to cost you hundreds, if not thousands more. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just call the great friendly folks at Third Generation. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling to ensure you have the most efficient and durable units. Their split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. So choose my guys, John Rodriguez and PJ, at Third Generation, along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. Don't wait for the emergency that'll cost you thousands. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard. 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Lots happening today. Definitely no singing of anthems.
I said I would do it.
All right. Maybe we'll hear something. Third Generation Plumbing. Always love talking about those great folks over there. If you need plumbing or AC work done, they have their special going on right now. You get that yearly maintenance deal, $169. They'll come out twice and make sure your unit is in extraordinary working condition at its peak performance. And that's important because if you have to call for emergency service on your unit, that could cost a lot more money than just the $169. So be smart, be proactive, get them out there, do the maintenance special, thirdgenerationplumbing.com. You get to know the folks in case something does happen or you need a new unit. And they go and use American Standard Heating and Cooling. That's the deal. American Standard Heating and Cooling products and Third Generation Plumbing, your dynamic duo for all your HVAC needs. Give them a call. Tell them JP sent ya. All right. I want to get into a little bit of high school stuff, John. Or what did I call you, Johnny?
What'd you call me, Johnny?
I don't know. I had Johnny on the mind.
I've been called worse.
Now, and John Hill brings us up. Pinellas County School District passed a new fee of $50 per student per sport with a $200 max per family per year to cover costs of being on a sports team effective this fall.
Right.
This is not something new from a national perspective, but it is new to Pinellas County, and I think it is a very, very sad state of affairs. Once again, I spoke to a person this morning who will remain nameless because he has worked with inside the high school sports industry for 40 plus years, and he's seen it all. And I go to him for all my go-to stuff, and it is a sad state of affairs because within school districts all over the place, especially post-COVID, there have been a lot of administrative hirings. These are the people that make big fat salaries that do absolutely nothing. And so many of these districts are bloated with this, and it takes money out of the teachers' pockets, and they start cutting funding for the arts, which is despicable, in my opinion. And we need to be more efficient, and these dollars be going to where they should be going. And there's also a lot of fraud in the voucher system, I've been told, which could be used to prop up sports and the arts. So we need to get a hold on that. And the good news is that we passed a bill this morning that will allow coaches to be paid more in line with other states. Now, the bill has not passed the Senate yet. I think it just passed the Florida House unanimously. And so that's going to hopefully address the fact that some of these coaches that have been leaving for Texas and Georgia, where they could pay a lot more money to their football coaches. So we could keep our talented coaches here in Florida and they can actually make some money. So that's a positive step. Now, they also passed the Teddy Bridgewater rule, which is interesting that it's called after him because he's the one who got canned for arranging for Ubers for his kids so they wouldn't have to walk the mean streets of Miami on their way home, paid for some of their food, all kinds of great stuff that was much needed. This was not an NIL situation where he's paying players to come play for his team. He was just helping these kids out with transportation and food who didn't have it. And evidently that was illegal or against FHSAA rules, which was stupid.
You know how he got caught, right?
Talking about it in the press.
He told on himself because he was posting it on Instagram that he was doing that.
Yeah.
And some parent somewhere, well, you can't do that.
Yeah. I mean,
come on.
What are we doing? And so that made him the Bucks backup quarterback, so he made more money. So he went back into playing. I think he's probably done now. But here's a little bad part of it. So they capped it at $15,000, which I'm not sure why, but probably so it didn't get weird and basically coaches paying players, which they can do anyway through NIL. So and this is what's wrong now. So I found out this, Timmy. So there's free transfer rules in Florida now. You can transfer as many times as you want, wherever you want, because we have school choice, which is put in place because, bad schools stayed bad schools. And if you were in that district and you couldn't leave, you had to go to bad school, which is unfair. So we have school choice, so you can go wherever you want. But now it's unlimited transfers. So kids were playing football in the fall, transferring to the other school across town to play basketball, and then transferring to another school to play baseball or whatever sports. Just going, like, transferring schools 3 times in a year.
I feel like that's not within the spirit of the rule.
It is not. And now they also have these people setting up these Somali daycares, for lack of a better. So it's these charter schools, or not charter schools, but these schools that we get $9,000, $8,000 to $9,000 vouchers if you want to go to a private school from the state. Because you're paying in your property taxes, you're paying for your local school. So DeSantis said, well, if your local school sucks, or you want to go to a private school, we're going to give you vouchers so you can go wherever you want. So low income people can get the same private education as rich people.
Why don't we just improve the bad schools and everybody can go where they're assigned?
That's a better idea too. But I think it helps. I think it's a good idea. It creates competition. So bad schools just don't stay bad schools. They have to work at keeping their students and bringing everything up. None of this is perfect, but I think the options are good. But what it has done is now kids can, quote, homeschool. So they're getting their $9,000, $8,000, $9,000, and then they're sending their kids to another school to play sports. And it's all effed up. And there's fraud everywhere in the system, according to this person who has been in the system for quite some time. And it all needs to be fixed. But the bottom line is, in Florida now, you are going to be able to pay your coaches a little bit more so they'll stay, which I think is a good thing. And that goes in line with the rest of the nation. And coaches are going to be able to use some of that money to help kids in need, which I think is a good thing. Now, sometimes all these well-intended programs get defrauded and become disasters because you have to administer them correctly. And you have to have honest people administering them. And the people being helped need to be honest too. So all this, there needs to be some personal responsibility here, not everybody out for themselves. But the bottom line is, right now, and I was talking to Jason Powers last night at the game. He refs high school football. And he was telling me, he said, yeah, you'd be surprised. We got, 80 some high schools or something in Hillsborough County. He said, there's probably 5 or 6 that are any good at football. I'm like, that's it? I said, why? He said, because all these, with school choice now, all these players want to play together. So they basically are collecting, the better schools, the Jesuits, the Plants, the Armwoods are now collecting all the talent because, back in the old days, they would have to go out and recruit it, which was illegal. But now you can't really, there's no recruiting violations because it's school choice and go wherever you want, and evidently as many times as you want. So now all these players are kind of collectively going to 1 or 2 schools, leaving, these other schools behind. So none of this is good. None of this is good, and it's not the way it used to be. And I'm not smart enough to know how to fix it, but it sounds like high school football and high school athletics here in Florida has kind of gone the way of what's happening in college, and with no guardrails, and it's just total chaos. And I can't believe this is now what is happening in high school sport. How do we F all this up, Timmy? I guess is my final, is like, how did we screw all this up?
I mean, it's easy. The answer is simple. You've mentioned it several times. Money. It's money.
Yes.
Greed and money.
Back to greed.
Always
and
comes
money.
back to that.
That always comes back to that, doesn't it? Yeah.
So let me ask you this, JP. Kind of going back to your $50 fee per kid to play in sports.
Yeah. Well,
is this? And I think you've already answered, but I have 2 parts to this question, if I may.
You may.
Is this because of a deficit in the budget for sports that they're trying to make up so they can continue to play those sports at those schools? Or is this just a money grab?
I think there's real budgetary pressures. And a lot of it comes from there, during COVID, money flowed from government, and, there was a lot of abuse, obviously, fraud. And once it's like anything else in government, once you get a budget, and it's, they always tell you, even if you don't need the money, request the same amount of money you had the year before. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't, need it for new equipment, or you're going to lose it. And so that's the way government works. And so the prices never come down. And nothing ever gets cheaper. So you went and hired all these people, and you have these bloated administrations now. So now you either got to go fire all these people, or add a fee, add more. And I think they've chosen to just add a fee, which is crappy, frankly, because a lot of people, Pinellas County is not the most affluent county in the world, and a lot of people can't afford it. And so, sports is now getting ridiculously expensive.
So that takes me to my next question of this. So I know here in Frisco Independent School District, which is a pretty affluent school district, obviously, in North Dallas.
Yeah.
When they have fees, and it's not just for sports. Like I've got my Eli, my 17-year-old who's a senior this year, is in culinary arts, which we didn't have when I was in school, but he has
great.
He has a huge interest in cooking. He cooks with me all the time, and that was a elective.
He'll have a job forever.
Yep. Yeah, and so I think it's amazing, right? They also have a broadcast journalism department, which he's in that as well, trying to follow in his dad's footsteps. Very, very cool. Anyway, all of those things have fees associated with them. I had to pay $100 to get him in culinary, and I had to pay $150 to get him in the broadcast journalism department. However, if there are families that are already on public assistance, like free school meals for the kids or whatever it is, those fees are waived. If you're on some sort of state help, government help, local help, whatever it is.
Yep.
Is that also true in Florida? So if you've got these poor kids that want to go play football or whatever it is, and they can't afford the $50, do they just not get to play football, or is there some sort of allowance for that?
I would hope there is. I don't know the answer to that question, but I would hope there is, and there usually is. So, yeah, I hope there is. Now, there's also, like what Brooke Bennett does in CFY. They give scholarships and pay fees like this. So you would be, if you wanted to apply for those, you go to CFY website, and I'm sure that would be part of their plan. But bottom line is, there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money. A lot of it's being wasted. And, if we've seen from all these Doge reports and all these different things, it's like the fraud is insane. And the budgets, like I think Hillsborough County School District budget is over $1 billion. Like it's so much money. And, to me, like, sports is so important. It's so important in the education process. For me, if you told me, hey, you could choose between your kid going to school or playing on a team, I'd say play sports. You'll learn a lot more. I can take care of the other stuff at home. I mean, the education, and I tell you the story. Last year, I have a fourth grade stepdaughter, and she homeschooled last year. And she got done with her curriculum in 6 weeks for the whole semester. But they take 3.5 months of school to do.
Yep.
She was done in 6 weeks.
Yep.
And I talk to them all the time about what they learn, and it ain't much. I don't know what the hell they're. I don't want to disparage teachers. I don't. They don't get paid enough money, especially in Florida.
Well, and they're just going based on the curriculum that's given them,
right,
from the state.
And there's a lot of crap going on in schools right now, but it just needs to be better. It just needs to be better. And we pay our property taxes, and part of the property taxes, there's a huge line item at the bottom for Hillsborough County schools. And I know in some years it was $1,500. And it's a lot of money. And for me, I'm paying for private school because I want my kids to have a Christian education. And you still have to pay it.
Yep.
It's not back when we didn't have vouchers back then. It would have been great if we did, fantastic, but we didn't have vouchers back then. So you just have to pay it, and everybody pays it, whether you have kids in school or not.
Yep.
So, it's far from a perfect system, but I know this, it just seems like, if we're cutting money, it seems like the arts and sports always gets the raw end of it. I think it's the most important thing we can do in schools, to be quite honest. Compared to, the kids have to learn. There's no question about that, but I don't know how well they're getting taught.
They're not.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's been my experience in public school. My kids went to a Christian school, and I knew exactly what they were learning on a daily basis. I could talk to their teachers on a daily basis, and I did. And you were very much involved in their education and what they were learning. And it was a terrific education. My kids went to Cambridge Christian. They got a tremendous education. And I see what's going on in these public schools, and it ain't even close. It's not even close. And there's a ton of other bullshit that you have to go through. We don't even need to get into that they're indoctrinating these kids into. This absolutely horrific and in public schools. So, I mean, I gladly paid because I didn't want my kids to be subject to that stuff.
Eli's a huge history freak like me, and he learns a ton of stuff just from me watching shows and making him watch shows.
A lot more than he learns in school.
And so a lot of it's, my dad was a huge World War II buff. He had the entire Time Life books, World War II series, all hardbound, thousands of dollars of books that he passed on to me that I'll pass on to him. And, I asked him one time in school, he said that they spent 3 days on World War II. 3 days. And I said, who won? He's like, well, we did. I'm like, okay, great. What's D-Day? I don't know. What's
VJ? No idea. Yeah.
I don't know. Who bombed Pearl Harbor? He knew that because of me. He's like, we didn't even talk about Pearl Harbor in World War II.
Of course you don't. Yeah.
I was like,
I asked a 7th and 8th grader, my stepson, 7th and 8th grader, what D-Day was. And they had no idea. I say, okay, well, sit down. We're going to watch the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan now. And they were like glued to the TV. They're like, so is this real? Did this happen? I'm like, oh yeah.
Yep.
Like they just came off the boats and got mowed down. I'm like, yeah, that's called war. That's what it was. And they had no clue, no idea. Because we don't want to teach those type of American heroic values. No.
It's toxic masculinity, JP.
Yeah. The second Midway, the latest Midway. Remember the original with Charlton Heston?
Yeah.
The greatest movies of all
Love
time.
That movie. Watch it with my dad countless times.
Well, they made a second one. And someone who was involved in the production of that told me it took them 10 years because nobody wanted to do it in Hollywood. Nobody wanted to finance it. Nobody wanted to tell the story of American heroes in war. And it's actually financed by a foreign company.
Sure. Probably had to be.
Yeah. How about that? All right. I think we got off topic here.
JP, you want a hockey update?
Yes, please.
Finland 2, Canada 0. 10 minutes through the second. Mikko Rantanen with that first goal in the first period.
It's the Dallas Stars against Canada, right?
It is pretty much. It's the Dallas Stars. Half the Dallas Stars roster plays for Finland, yeah. And Erik Haula.
Wow. Dude. Come on, Canada. Come on, Coop. Is Crosby playing?
You know what? I can't find freaking lineups or anything on these hockey games from the Olympics to save my life. I have looked.
Damn.
Let me see. If somebody knows.
In the meantime, this is from Thomas Casper. The Collegiate Court of Judicial District of Puerto Plata postponed this Friday the opening hearing of Wander Franco's substantive trial against Major League Baseball player Wander Franco due to the lack of summons for some witnesses. So the witnesses didn't show up, and they're pushing it to March. Interesting. Rick says curling had to have been invented by drunk Canadians on a frozen lake. Hey, Hoser, I bet you can't slide this across the ice, and you can't, not even with a broom.
How do you think hockey was invented?
I know. Yeah, that's totally how curling was invented. 100%.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that.
Molson, stones, and brooms. Hey, let's go out to the lake.
No Sidney Crosby today, by the way, JP.
Okay. Come on, Coop. Let's get that magic going. Yeah. All right, cool. What else do we need to get to?
You got a top line of Taze, McCarr, and Celebrini. With Tom Wilson and Connor McDavid is rounding out your forwards. So just leave them on the ice the whole time.
Yeah. He probably will. They'll play a lot in the third. That's for damn sure. What else do we want to get to? Point, by the way, Point and Sorelli are practicing with the Lightning. So hopefully, looks like Point will be back next week. May have to hold a little bit on Sorelli, but he should be back as well. This sad note here. Joey Knight, longtime local reporter for the Tampa Tribune. I worked with him at the Tampa Tribune and then moved on to the Times, covering high school and college, has passed away from his battle with cancer. Really good dude, great dude. And he just, we've known that he's been battling this for a while. He came out and worked. Oh God, he worked. I've seen him out a lot and kind of just seen him, losing weight, and but he would get out there and try to, do his thing. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, he had succumbed to his battle. But great dude, a really, really gifted writer, and one of the lost art of covering the local teams, college and high school. So a lot of the local coaches there know Joey and have dealt with Joey for a long time, and really one of the good guys. So our thoughts and prayers going out to his family and all the many of my friends who have worked with them for a long, long time. So I lost a good one, and Joey Knight will always be remembered as a great writer and really, really understood the collegiate and high school game. And boy, I tell you what, what he's seen in the last 4 or 5 years, how all those things we just talked about have declined is, and he documented a lot of it. And we don't have that anymore, unfortunately. We just don't. There's not a whole lot of high school coverage anymore.
Yep.
All right, my man, Big O, Orestes Destrada is in the house, joining us here. And Big O, how are you, partner?
I am well, man. I'm good. Sorry.
You smell lovely, as you always do.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yes.
His cologne is every time you walk in, it picks up the place because it smells in here.
Intoxicating.
Yeah, intoxicating.
Hamon, you're missing that, buddy. I definitely.
Oh no, trust me, I'm not. I got it right over here.
Oh baby,
I'm getting it right now.
Right through the box. Yeah.
So, sorry to hear about Joey Knight.
Yeah. Did you know Joey at all?
I've crossed paths, but
good dude.
Didn't know him.
Yeah, he's been battling cancer for a while, and he show up for work, man. He was around when he could be, and I knew he was battling something, so it was tough. So how are you, partner? Drew Rasmussen named the opening day starter.
I think that's huge news. Actually, tied to Joey Knight and the localness of it. I'm actually going to be doing a high school baseball game tonight. So,
yes. Wow.
Yeah, the Jesuit. Doug Politz, who's been doing their games for the last several years, is a guy that I just met and had lunch with. Dougie's son is pitching tonight.
Oh, is he? Doug Wechter, yeah.
Doug Wechter's son is pitching. Caden for Jesuit versus Plant.
My God, this is huge.
Good
big
rivalry.
Matchup.
Yeah. Even Timmy Hamon knows.
Even I know
about that all the way in Tejas.
Yeah.
And
where's that game tonight?
At Jesuit.
At Jesuit.
So he does a live stream.
Yeah.
And he reached out to me this morning and said, "Hey, you want to come out?" We had talked. We had a lunch a few weeks ago, and he said, "Man, I'd love to have you on the live stream one time."
They could move that game over to Steinbrenner and pack it.
I think they could.
They could, no doubt.
With that
there'll probably be about at least 5,000 people there. I've heard they get for those games.
I would think a few thousand.
Yeah.
Right. So good high school rivalry, good high school baseball, exciting. So kind of maybe in honor of.
What time's that start?
That's at 7. I'll be sure to mention Joe Knight and
the lovely Ashley and I have reservations at Malio's tonight at 7:30. It's her birthday weekend.
Going back. The classic.
Oh yeah.
It never.
You ever spent some time at the old one?
Of course.
Here we go.
Holy shnikey.
Oh yeah.
You just dropped the.
We got stories.
Did you ever? You dropped a. Did you ever? Yeah, bro. I had many the talent at the old Malio's.
Yeah. Go ahead, paint the picture for us.
The talent at
so
the
Timmy,
old Malio's.
This was
impressive.
This was a restaurant on Dale Mabry.
Yeah.
Down from
we
the
could
Yankees.
walk here from
from where we're at, right?
Yeah.
And it was an iconic, and it's where all the old mob bosses, Traficante, the Rubios, all the families here in Tampa for many years
George,
Cuban.
the
Yeah,
boss.
and it was the hangout for Steinbrenner
Yes.
and Billy Martin,
All
Frank
of them.
Sinatra. I
Lee
mean,
Boyer.
everybody.
All
And
the
they
big
had
boys.
all the, that place that has all the black and white 8x10s,
Oh yeah.
all the famous people, and they sign them.
Yeah.
This was
That
that
was
place.
the closest to some sort of Vegas Rat
Yeah.
Pack kind
Yes.
of place
Oh, cool.
that Tampa has ever had.
Yes.
Yes.
And they tore it down and they moved downtown, and it's not the same thing.
It's not the same, but it's still, I mean, great service, great food,
Yeah.
great place. But Old Malio's was a landmark, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting in there in the back bar and, just a legendary place. Fun to just walk in. The atmosphere was, talk about intoxicating. It really, you felt it, So
Red
great
velvet
food.
walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Red velvet.
Red
walls.
velvet in the booths that were all like red
Yeah.
velvet.
Yeah.
I mean, just old school 1970s, whatever. It's like Ocean's 11.
It was.
Yes.
That's a great. Yeah. I mean, it
The
had that
original
feel.
Ocean's 11, not the remake.
Not
Yeah.
the remake.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
mean, back
Thank
in the
you,
day,
Ramon.
you Mickey Mantle, all the old Yankees,
Yeah.
Billy Martin.
I mean, there wasn't a former great Yankee that didn't.
And when the Reds trained here, Johnny
Right.
Bench,
Yeah.
Pete Rose.
Malio's was the shit, man.
Yeah.
It was the place.
You got one Malio story for me?
I can't. No. I almost I put it in the barrel and my mind was going and I almost shot it out and I go.
It's what we call the La Cosa Nostra NDA.
No. Yeah. No, I'm not.
You don't have to sign anything. You just know
bro.
you can't talk about it.
I was going to, and I go, well, it was this one time. No, sir. I am going to. I'm good. I want to have a nice show with you later on. I want to do a healthy, positive, amateur high school baseball game later
Without
tonight.
getting your legs broken.
And I don't want somebody knocking on my door and say,
yeah.
Hey, Big O, how about we told you never to tell this story? You know what I mean? Forget about it.
I'll give you one. So, Sports Club of Tampa Bay, which I'm on the board now, used to do their meetings over there. Back in the day,
They
this
did?
was with George
Oh, wow.
and Leonard Levy,
Yeah.
the founders of our club who brought the Buccaneers
Perfect
here.
place.
We'd gather, and it was all, the who's who of local sports. Tom McEwen,
Yeah.
the local Tampa Tribune, iconic columnist for many, many years. And they invited me to come speak. This was my first time. So I was back in the back bar, and I was just like, I was in awe of this place.
This thing was
I was like
incredible.
totally in awe
Walking
of it.
through the halls to get to that. It's just it had a
Smoky.
feel. Yeah, totally.
Smoky. Yeah. So that was Malio's, and they tore it down for a gym.
Is that what they put?
That's lifestyle.
Oh yeah, that is lifestyle there. I did.
But it's a signature club. So
yeah, but
that's just not any.
Yeah, thank God it's still, still downtown. Still, the spirit is
The legacy,
still there. The
yeah,
legacy.
the Iberonis,
obviously still around.
And they have Malio's at the beach now. It's really nice.
Haven't been.
Yeah, we went.
Where?
It's right there on St. Pete Beach.
Okay.
Beautiful restaurant, and they
Haven't
have
been.
they moved a lot of the old 8x10s over there.
So the
as you go to
brothers, the
restroom,
brothers are still with us, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Both of them. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
The
I don't know how we
Iberoni
got on that,
brothers.
but
Yeah, no, this is great
Yeah.
story. How did we get on that?
I'm going tonight instead of going to the baseball game.
Oh, that's where
Taking
you're
Ashley,
going to
yeah.
Molly's
For
downtown.
her birthday,
Great Italian food. She's gonna love it. Tell her some stories.
Yeah.
Tell us some of the real stories that you can't tell us right now.
I probably won't do that.
Yeah, the one I was gonna
You
tell
think
was.
think you'll get a knock on the door?
Yeah, the one I was gonna tell.
You don't
was
want
a-
to cross
was a-
her.
was a little-
Hell to the no.
I was a little racy. It was
No,
it was a
I
little
will
racy.
not be sharing those stories.
But yeah, good. Just to circle back to the Rasmussen. I thought it was again, the Rays do some things every now and then that just it's like systematically smart. You know what I mean? And I thought this was beautiful. Let's just get out ahead of it. Let's not worry about things. It's the first team to mention. Obviously, there's about 10, 12 teams that who their opening day starters are.
Yeah,
Maybe up
without them even saying it. Right.
15, maybe, let's say, upwards, and then you've got a dozen or so that it could be one or two guys. They just cut it out of the way and said we're not going to have a discussion about that. Oh, by the way, deservedly so.
Yeah.
Deservedly so.
All-star last year.
Not just an all-star, but I was looking at his numbers, and he is basically on the precipice of being an elite pitcher. He's not an elite pitcher yet, but he's on the precipice of it. And the key things that you look at for those type of stats is obviously hits per innings, right? Pitched. And that equates to, of course, batting average. So he's like at a 214 last year batting average.
Ooh.
Elite is hovering at around 200. That's school ball. That's Hunter Brown. That's Crochet. The Crochet was actually a little higher, but batting average against. But I mean, and then the other two stats that are huge for me. So you've got hits per inning, which equates to batting average. You've got walks per strikeouts, and the elite is at 4x. The elite pitchers are at 4x. So if you strike out 200 guys, you're only walking 50, right?
Yeah.
He's at a 3.5x right now. So he's on the precipice of being a dominating pitcher that not only throws strikes, but doesn't walk guys.
Yeah.
And then the third one for me, that in hitting for me is all about, the risk offensively and run production is home runs given up. And he only gave up, I believe, 18 home runs last year.
Damn.
In 150 innings. So he's at a great pace.
Doesn't seem like a lot.
It is not a lot when you have guys that are in the, that are giving up a home run to start. When you equate the 30 starts, you got guys in the high 20s.
Yeah.
He's, so he's in that level. I believe Schoolball gave up 14, had a lot more innings than him.
Yeah.
Schoolball's hovering right at 200 innings. Crochet had, I believe, 255, somewhere thereabouts strikeouts, but only like 46 walks. So he's a monster.
If the Rays are going to do anything, he's got to stay healthy.
He's got to stay healthy. If he gives you 180 innings, again, that's a 20% clip up.
Yeah.
If he gives you 175 to 180 innings and really becomes the hammer and takes it not only the innings to the level of elite pitching, now you're talking about, we're talking about a Cy Young potential. Yeah. I'm putting him in the top 5, but healthy, I'm putting him in the top 5 as on paper as to who could win the Cy Young.
And if he makes 30 starts, 35 starts.
Yeah, he had 30
with this
31 last year.
Yeah, with this bullpen,
yeah,
he should win 15 games.
The catch is that they took him out early a lot. So he had 31 starts, 150 innings. So you're basically pitching 5 innings a start.
They kept
do the math. So they held him back, and it was proper.
It worked.
Got through the season.
30 starts.
30 starts. 30 really good starts. The dude dominated, and he's not an overpowering strikeout guy. What he is really is a control. He has an incredible fastball that he spots so well and doesn't walk many guys. Right. So this is a true ace, and I thought it was great for them to just get out ahead of it and just say, "Here we go. This is our guy. Let's not even worry about that."
All right, we got a lot more baseball coming your way on the Big O Show coming up at 12:30. Fastly becoming the Rays podcast of note in the Tampa Bay area. You don't know this, but the numbers are going up big.
Big O. I don't.
Yeah. As we get into baseball season,
fun and talking baseball,
people are going to start finding it and understand that this is the standard for local podcasts here for Rays baseball. The man.
Do us proud tonight on that baseball high school
That's
call.
right.
Man.
I used to call high school baseball back in the early 90s, man. That was my jam.
That was your jam? All right, we'll get you the info so maybe you can pop in and watch an inning or two.
Yeah. Dude, I would love to. Absolutely.
Dougie Wechter's kid is he's
first round draft pick.
He's a first rounder.
Hopefully not, so he can go to Florida State where
we committed.
Join Charlie Woods.
Charlie Woods.
That's where all the stars are going, baby. Come on now. Hang out with the stars.
Oh, my God.
Fall Florida State.
Yeah.
We've turned the corner.
Maybe we'll get him to talk to the football coach a little bit and see if
No, stay away from the football coach because he loses 5 stars like I lose my keys.
Maybe he'll continue recruiting.
Keep him away from me.
Oh, no.
Oh, my
God. All right, Timmy, great job today. Appreciate you, my man.
Buddy. Have a great weekend.
Yep.
Thank you to all the folks that were watching and contributed today. We appreciate you. Finland 2, Canada 1. They're coming back. All right. I bet they come back and win. Watch this. All right.
Hope so.
We'll be talking baseball here in just a little bit. Have a great day, everybody.